Hello, everybody. It's Beatle Dave calling to you from Derbyshire in the United Kingdom. Now, I'm ever so sorry I've had to actually reshoot this video. I don't usually do that, do I? Usually, if it's like a one-take video, I leave it on, but I did make this one earlier on, and I've just watched it on the telly, and apparently the internet was playing up when I was doing it, so it was all over the place, and it kept freezing and everything. So that one has been took down. So this is a new video, but of the same thing that we was on about. So we're going to be looking at another artist today. So unfortunately, it is not the Beatles, although it's Beatle Dave's channel. So today we're going to be looking at the first album by ELO. But first, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. If you're an existing, viewer, hello and welcome. Everybody's welcome on my YouTube channel. If you like my videos, just do me a favor. Once you've watched this video, if you like it, just hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That's all I ask for. So like I say, this is the channel. It is basically Beatles channel, but it is about record collecting in general as well. So without further ado, we'll get on with what we should have been watching a few hours ago, but I've had to redo it because the internet was playing up. So this is the album I'm going to be looking at today. This is the Electric Light Orchestra. And this was the first album by the Electric Light Orchestra. Well, obviously, in the 70s and 80s, these were one of the biggest bands in the world. And didn't John Lennon call them at one time the Sons of the Beatles or something like that, the bastard Sons of the Beatles or something? Now, ELO originally was going to start off as like an offshoot to The Move, because I think the idea was that they was going to keep on doing The Move, and then for ELO it was songs that wouldn't really fit onto a Move album. Or I think that's right, but I could be wrong. So this is the front cover, and that is the back cover. And the personnel on this are Roy Wood, vocals, cello, oboe, acoustic guitar, bass guitar, string bass, bassoon, clarinet, recorders, slide guitar and percussion. Jeff Lynne, vocals, piano and electric guitar, percussion and bass. Bevan, drums and percussion. Then you've got Bill Hunt on French horn and hunting horn, and Steve Woolham on violin. This was recorded in Philips Studios in London, and it was published in 1971. Now on here it says it's Roy Wood, Bevan, and Jeff Lynne, and then basically just two horn players, isn't it? So technically it is The Move in all but name. Because I seem to think that there was a bass player on here who was also in The Move. Was his name Bill Price? Although he doesn't get a credit on here, so whether he was on here, I don't know. Now this is actually a nice textured sleeve, and it is on Harvest. So the catalogue number is SHBL797, and it's stereo. So that's like a weird photo for that one. That's the back cover, and then that is the front cover. This is in virtually mint condition, to be honest with you. The story behind me getting this album was I actually used to have this on an old battered in copy. I've still got it down there somewhere, which is like my everyday playing copy sort of thing. And I went to a record shop about 2, maybe 3 years ago, and I saw this, and it wasn't up for a great deal of money, so I actually thought that it was a reissue. But then when I got it home, I found out it wasn't a reissue, it's actually an original. And the way you can tell the originals is it's got the textured sleeve, and even the inside on the gatefold is textured. Only very slightly, but it's still very slightly textured. So that is some of the photos. So would you like to have a look at the labels? This is the original inner sleeve. So it is a Harvest inner sleeve, and it's part of EMI Records, Haynes, Middlesex, England. EMI, the greatest recording organisation in the world, it says on there. Again, this is the thing that you would get in an original first UK pressing. Now that is side one. And then that is side two. Side one. And side two. And it is just called the Electric Light Orchestra. So side one, you've got the 10538 Overture. That is written by Jeff Lynne, and originally I believe that was going to be a Move B-side for single. Then we have Look at Me Now. That's written by Roy Wood. Then we have Nellie Takes Her Bow. That's written by Jeff Lynne. Then we have The Battle of Marston Moor. That's written by Jeff Lynne. And then 4 songs. There's actually only 4 songs on the first side. Then on side two, we have First Movement. That's written by Roy Wood. I'm gonna have to sort my teeth out. Then you've got Mr. Radio. That's written by Jeff Lynne. Then you've got Manhattan Rumble. That's written by Jeff Lynne. Then you've got Queen of the Hours. That's written by Jeff Lynne. And then you've got Whispers in the Night, and that's written by Roy Wood. As you can see on this, the condition is virtually mint. The sound quality, I think, is really, really nice. But I think because of this success of the 10538 Overture, I think the plans then started to change a little bit, and I think that then the idea was that the Move would be more of like the main. The Move would be more of like a side project, and the main projects would from there on be ELO. Because I think the Move still had a record contract. I'm sure they did at the time, and I think that is why you get this is on Harvest, because I think the Move had just signed to Harvest, hadn't they? Some nice records on there actually. So you even got the Madcap Laughs on there. Look, yeah. So I think that they did start to record a second album as ELO, or the Electric Light Orchestra, but then Jeff Lynne and Roy Wood sort of fell out. I don't really know what they fell out over. So Roy Wood left the group. So this is basically I think this is the only album that features Roy Wood. I think the second album he might be playing on it somewhere, but I don't think it gets any writing credits or anything like that. So instead of going back and just reforming the Move or releasing records as the Move, Roy Wood then set up Wizard, didn't he? I think that's right. So that was the end of the Move. So, you know, after this album in one way was the death knell for the Move. Although, in all fairness, a lot of this does actually sound like it could have been on a Move album. And I'll tell you why, because this wasn't a great seller when it first came out. Yes, the Overture was quite a big hit, but I don't think it was quite as successful as they thought it'd be. Now, a couple of months before that came out was this one, and this is the Move, and this is, this is Message from the Country, and this was technically the last ever Move album. But some of the songs on here would have fit very well onto that, and some of the songs off that one would have fitted onto this album, if that makes sense. So on here, you've got Message from the Country, you've got Ella James. Well, Ella James was a hit, and I'm sure, didn't Wizard do a cover of that as well later on? You've got No Time, Don't Mess Me Up, and then Until Your Mama's Gone. That's side one. Side two, It Wasn't My Idea to Dance. Then you've got The Minister, Ben Crowley Steel Company, The Words of Aaron, and The Mirage. So that is technically the Move. But I do know Bill Price was on this, although again he isn't credited on it. So whether he was on that one as well, I don't know. So that's the Move, and then that is ELO. Well, apart from them being dressed up in like slightly like, what would you call, 18th century clothes. Like I say, some of the songs on that would have gone on that, and some of the songs on that would have gone on that. This has got a flip back sleeve where that one hasn't. It was released in 1971. And again, it was produced by Roy Wood and Jeff Lynne. Roy Wood, oboe, guitars, recorders, steel guitar, bass, clarinet, bassoon, and all saxes. Bev Bevan, drums and percussion. Jeff Lynne, piano, guitars, electric piano, and percussion. And then there was Bill Price on bass, who wasn't actually credited. I'm sure that is right. So again, it is on Harvest, and the catalogue number for this one is SHSP4013. Again, it is just in stereo. Gerald and Lofthouse Limited, pattern number 943395, made in Great Britain. Again, this has got a slightly textured sleeve. At the time, I don't think that they actually realised this was ever going to be the last Move LP. Of course, the Move on here aren't anything like the Move of, you know, I Can Hear the Grass Grow and things like that. Carl Wayne had left, fucking, what was his name? The bass player. I can't remember the names now. But so apart from Bev Bevan and Roy Wood, they are the only people in this that was in the original lineup of the Move. So that is, that's side one. And then that is side two. Like I say, a lot of the songs on this would have fitted on the first ELO LP, and a lot of the songs on that the first ELO LP would have fitted on this. So really, at the time, if this would have been a double album, I don't know if it would have been released as the Move or as the ELO. Perhaps it might have been ELO by the Move or something like that. You know, I just think it's a shame that sometimes I don't think the Move get the recognition that they really deserve, because they did like become a bit of like a singles band. But there was this one and the preceding LP, and was it Shazmaz or something? And they're absolutely brilliant LPs. They really are. I think it started to go downhill when Carl Wayne left, which was, didn't he leave in about 1969? I think, didn't he? So yeah, so that is the last ever Move LP. Which basically has got the same people on it as the first Electric Light Orchestra LP. Now, whether the bass plays on it or not, I don't know. I mean, I seem to think that Bill Price was on here, but sorry, Rick Price, not Bill Price, Rick Price, but I'm not 100% sure if he was on that. So, is that the beginning? Is that the end of the Move, and that the beginning of ELO, or is that the end of the Move, and that one the beginning of ELO? I don't know. They are very, very similar sounding LPs, to be honest. In a lot of ways, that one sounds slightly more commercial than that one. But that's just my, that is just my opinion. But if you've got these LPs, what do you think? Do you think technically it could have been a double LP, or in hindsight, it was the right thing to do, because obviously ELO went on to do, massive, one of the first like stadium bands and everything, weren't they, like in the 70s and the 80s, and they have, worldwide success and everything. Would the Move have ever done that? Probably not. I don't know if Jeff Lynne and Roy Wood ever became friends again. I don't know. I think because they were signed to Don Arden, weren't they? I think it was just before they made this album, actually. They signed with Don Arden, and I think he got them the record contract with Harvest in the UK. So I think even when ELO started, or this one, the Electric Light Orchestra started, I think it was still under contract as the Move. And then when when Roy Wood left ELO and went on to form Wizard, where really, quite easily could have just gone and released records as the Move, because it wasn't like it hadn't been a Move album for years and years and years. So I think technically he could have done that, but he didn't. He decided to go out as Wizard, and I know Vic Price was in Wizard, but I think there was still, even when ELO was like really, really big, I think Jeff Lynne was still under the contract as a member of the Move, and I think even like when Roy Wood and Wizard were having their hits, in the early 70s with "I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day" and things like that, and Angel Fingers, wasn't it, and things like that. I think Roy Wood was still under contract as a member of the Move, but I could be wrong. And if you know different, please let me know. So like I say, it is Beatle Dave's channel, and 9 times out of 10, or 99.9 times out of 100, this channel is all about the Beatles, but it's also about record collecting as well. So, record collecting is a very, very big area, whether you like jazz, easy listening, rock and roll, punk, heavy metal, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, if you collect records, you're a record collector. And that is what this channel is mainly about, is being a record collector. Yes, a lot of it is to do with the Beatles, and the majority of it is to do with the Beatles. As I said before, from time to time, I do things on other artists, just basically to keep people interested, because I know not everybody is a diehard Beatles fan like me. And I think if I keep going on and 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 on about the Beatles, people just get bored. So I do like to sort of like mix it up every now and again, just to keep people interested. Like I said before, I am only a small channel, really. I don't think I will ever be, a massive channel with hundreds and thousands of subscribers, because one, everything I do in my music room, which is where we're now. 2, I don't edit the videos. I do not edit the videos. So I record them onto my laptop or my phone or whatever, and then I will download them onto YouTube. Well, in this case, because it's on the laptop, it downloads it automatically. So when I've finished it, I will go downstairs and then I watch it on my TV downstairs, right? So when I did, because this is the second attempt I've done at doing this video today, because I did it earlier on and it looked all right while I was doing it, but Virgin Media have been doing something really stupid with the internet around here. I mean, I did have a letter a few weeks ago saying that they were going to do something. So when I did this, when I did the first one of this, I thought it was okay. But then watching it on the telly earlier on, I just thought, no, I'm gonna have to delete it and do it again. So I hope it was worthwhile, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't take myself too seriously. Everything I show you, all these records I show you, are my own records for my own personal collection. This collection has took the best part of 40 years to build up. I did have a nice collection, but I did get rid of most of it a few years ago. Well, about 20 odd years ago. I'm not going to go into the details of why. So a lot of this has been built up in the last sort of like 10, 15 years. That one, in that condition, on eBay this morning, and Discogs, and I looked on another couple of other sites, for UK first pressing, and anything like, I mean, I'd say excellent. I mean, I'd go as far as saying, but if you said that's excellent, minimum £125, and they go anywhere up to 250 at the minute for one in that condition. That one, the last sort of like off the Move album, that goes about £100. Not that I'm selling them. I would never ever sell these, because I love the Move. I love the Beatles. I love the Move. I love the Kinks. I love the Sex Pistols. I love Madness. It is Beatle Dave, but Beatle Dave has got a wide range of musical tastes. So once again, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. And if I've made you laugh, I've made you laugh. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. That's what I say. That's why I do the live ones, because if I was talking to you in a pub or at a record fair and we talked about something, and then I might say, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to start this conversation all over again because I've just made a mistake. You wouldn't do it in real life, would you? That's what I'm saying. I want to keep this as real as I can do it. It's not done in a studio. It's done in a music room, which is technically a spare bedroom. Okay. I haven't got thousands and thousands of pounds to go out and buy the latest Beatles products. If I've got you know, a bit of spare cash and I think it's worth going out and buying it and then doing a video on it, I will do it. But I won't go out and get myself into debt just to do a video on, like, I don't know, what should I say, Beatles Let It Be box set or something like that. You know, I got them because I wanted them, and then I did make a video out of them, don't get me wrong, but that's by the by, because I know some people will just go out and they're like, it's like they're on a bandwagon, and you know, yes, I've got this. Oh, I'm the first one to be showing you this. If I'm the first one to show you something, good, but that ain't what I'm doing. I'm doing it just for the enjoyment of showing you my records and, you know, telling you little stories. I mean, that one there, the other copy I had, which is actually really battered up. It does play, but it's got loads of scratches on it and everything. And I think it's got a rip just there. I paid 25 quid for that off eBay a few years ago. Knowing it was in that condition, right? That one I paid a tenner for. So it just show you that there's bargains to be had out there. Right. Once again, thank you for everybody that is supporting me. If you've liked this video, you know, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You know, after a few weeks, if you think it's not for you, you can unsubscribe, can't you? You know, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to this YouTube channel. When I first started doing these, or just before I started doing, I used to think, well, if somebody's subscribing, they've got to pay something to YouTube, but you don't. It is free, and anything that's free, especially in, you know, in the current situation in the world and, you know, prices and everything going up, if it's free and it don't cost you, just press that like button and subscribe button. That's all I ask. Then I can carry on doing things like this. Plus, you will get notifications then for when I'm doing other videos. I try to do at least one video a week. This weekend, because I've had like a long weekend off work, I've done a few, but before that, it was like 9 or 10 days before I did one. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. If I've made you laugh, I've made you laugh. As always, love your records, cherish your records. From time to time, you will have to clean your records, and you have to look after your record equipment as well. You know, your hi-fis and your amps and things like that. But if you treat a record with respect, it will last a lifetime. So until the next time, it's Beatle Dave from Derbyshire in the UK, wishing you all well. And, you know, hopefully I will see you very soon on the next video. But until then, it's Beatle Dave saying cheerio for now.